Welcome to Tampa Bayside Briefs, your Florida real estate update brought to you courtesy of Todd and Paula Diesel, licensed realtors with RE/MAX Bayside in Apollo Beach, Florida. I'm Todd Diesel, and I have the distinct pleasure of sharing some key economic data with you today that Paula and I got recently from the Tampa Economic and Real Estate Update Conference. We recently attended that and got several interesting takeaways for you here. First off, mortgage rates help explain the housing market today. I want to call your attention to this first slide. I'm going to show several slides today, but this first one shows the 30-year fixed mortgage rate, clear go back to 1972. And on the right-hand side at the bottom in the blue box, you can see that after bottoming, we have bounced back. Well, what really took place was we had a gift from the Federal Reserve during COVID as they tried to stimulate the economy. Since that time, it's been taken away. And if you go back into 2012, you can actually see that was the last time we bottomed in recent history at 3.3%. So we don't spend a lot of time around 3%. We spend more time on the chart around that 6 to 8%. In fact, I recall back in the 80s, my first home purchase had a 30-year fixed rate of about 8.5%. So we've been there before. The number two takeaway from the conference, the supply of homes on the market is dictating pricing today. So what changes the supply? Because until we can increase supply of homes, prices are not going to do anything but remain firm. So I want to go to this next chart because in 2010, foreclosures gave us an oversupply of homes. And I know we have several interested buyers today waiting for the foreclosure rate to actually increase. Well, I want to point out some interesting things here on this slide called homes in distress. The blue line are delinquent mortgages, late with their payments. The gold line, those are the homes in foreclosure. And I want you to compare that to 2010. Back in 2010, one of every 10 homes were in foreclosure, nearly 10%. One of every 5 were delinquent on their mortgage payments, nearly 20%. Folks, this time around, foreclosures are not going to help the supply. Look at the right-hand side in the red box. Our numbers are very, very low. So don't expect foreclosures to bring prices down because right now we're pretty well back to a normal market when it comes to distressed homes. The number three takeaway, demand continues to outstrip supply for homes. Let's take a look at Florida's population. The latest data, which by the way is a year old, but it's the latest data we have, Florida led the U.S. in percent of growth at 1.91% year over year. To equate that, that's 1,142 people a day moving to the state of Florida, over 416,000 in that 12-month period. And for the first time since 1957, Florida led the nation in net population. If we take a 50-mile radius around Tampa, the expectation is that this growth rate will continue, and over the next 10 years, 18.6% growth expected to happen. So one might say or ask, where are all these people coming from? Well, it's really hard to determine, but one way to take a look is this next slide, which is Florida driver's license and which state they've given up their license to get a Florida license here in this state. And New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania lead the way, then the Midwest and West Coast states. So the bottom line is here that the only way we're going to fix the supply of home problem we have today is to build our way out of it. And in Florida, that is happening, but it's going to take many, many years to catch up. And by the way, if you'd like the full set of economic slides that we had, please email us and I'll be happy to send it to you. And one other note today, this just in from the National Association of Home Builders, they claim the sale of new homes in the U.S. for September increased 12.3% as more folks chose to buy new homes with existing home inventories being very, very low. Year on year, this is an increase of 33.9%. So here's the bottom line today. Prices are expected to remain firm. Inventories of homes will remain tight. Demand for new homes continues to grow. And why? Because people desire Florida's year round lifestyle and great employment opportunities. Allow us to help you discover your dreams of Florida home ownership. Well, that's all the time we have for today. But please email us your individual questions or concerns at tampabaysidebriefs@gmail.com. We'll be happy to respond. We thank you for joining us today. And until next time, this is Todd Diesel bidding you an enjoyable day on behalf of Paula and myself.